to observe a few safety rules. First, we'd ask you to remain seated throughout the duration of our round trip. And also, movement between our vintage cars is not permitted while the train is in motion without the assistance of a member of our train crew. Lastly, there is no smoking nor vaping permitted anywhere aboard this train. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Overlay Township were built with those very bricks. And every day, dozens of boxcars would be switched onto a siding that ran in front of that wall. They would be loaded for shipment to Pennsylvania shell brick customers across the United States. And as a matter of fact, the Pennsylvania Shell Brick Company produced many of its tiles used in the construction of the Empire State Building in New York City back in 1931. Down to Reader, we'll be passing through a few rock cuts. Look closely as the rocks change colors from a stone gray to pinkish brown. Now that pinkish brown rock was the raw material that they used for the Pennsylvania Shell Brick Company in the manufacture of its decorative brick tiles and bricks. If this were 70 years ago or so, we could very well be riding the Reading down to Philadelphia. From the depot in New Hope, that's about 37 miles, and it would take them about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes to make that journey. But of course, back then, they reached speeds to 55 miles an hour, while today we don't reach speeds past 20. Reader Station is next. Reader. It's appropriately named for the late Eastburn Reader, Pennsylvania's first dairy and food commissioner, and an original stockholder in the Northeast Pennsylvania Railroad. Like many other towns along the New Hope branch, Reader was built to flag and whistle stop for passengers and for the local dairy farmers who would rise long before dawn to load their milk cans aboard their daily early morning milk trains. Their goods arrived at the city markets in Philadelphia at a time when most of us would be fast asleep. A word about the passenger coaches you're riding in today. They were constructed by the Bethlehem Shipbuilding Company's rail car division in Wilmington, Delaware between 1913 and 1927, and were used by the Reading Company for many years in commuter passenger service throughout eastern Pennsylvania. They are made of steel, and have poured concrete floors and weigh 70 tons each. In some of the older cars, we managed to retain the original mahogany interiors. Most of our coaches are genuine articles preserved from the golden era of railroad transportation. Earlier on, well, back in the early 18th century, wheels were built along the lines to produce a slowly powerful current. These currents turned the water wheels the right-hand side is that stone farmhouse. On our way to Lahaska, we have passed through acres of productive proximity farmlands. 50 years ago, there were a dozen of dairy farms in the Lahaska area. Today, only a handful remain in operation. On the right side of our train is one of those farms. It is called the Bradshaw Farm. The significance is that last November, the Bradshaw Farm was placed on the Preservation Land Trust. This means that 98% of the farm's 225 acres will probably remain a working farm. In fact, you'll see soon off to the right-hand side of the train, a nursery is started for saplings, seedlings, and other plants that are taking root in the Fairfax County soil. The remaining 7 acres of the farm that are also left of the train are the site of 7 new 1-acre estate homes that are being built by a developer who has a reputation of being very kind to the environment. That's only for the cows, though. The dairy operation ceased a number of years ago. Today, crops places in the meadows and fields with household space. And throughout the summer and fall, acres of corn, alfalfa, and soybean grow on either side of the road right away. Lahaska Station is next, Lahaska, Pennsylvania. Now, when we come to Lahaska, there's more than you see at this station here. Downtown Lahaska is about 1 mile to the right of our train by way of Tree Road, and is the site of Peddler's Village. And right across the street is Penn's Churches, which is a factory outlet that resembles the 19th century Bucks County Village. Plan to visit Penn's Purchase and Peddler's Village, perhaps after you ride the train today or the next time that you're in this area. They're located 4 miles south of Nino, right along Route 202.
Conductor 98 going.
Be protected through the top. I'm protected by the top. Stop and go. To the club.
Railroad, we'd like to thank you for riding with us today, because it is you that makes this all possible. And we would love for you to come back to see us real soon. And please don't forget to come back in December, which our railroad continues its operating season through December. So you can come back and ride the train with Santa Claus on our popular Christmas trains. And now back at the station, you'll find our Freight House gift shop with all kinds of railroad-related items, from postcards to games, puzzles, books, clothing, and also be sure to check out our assortment of Thomas the Tank Engine toys too. Please wait until the train is come to a complete stop before leaving your seat. Follow the directions of the train crew as you leave, and also watch your step when leaving the vestibules. Again, I'd like to thank you for making us a part of your day on behalf of the New Hope and Ivyland Railroad, and we're looking forward to seeing you again real soon. New Hope Station is next. New Hope.
Hope the door limits,